What is a
Mhm.
typical day like? And it sounds like you have a lot of different things happening during the day.
Yes. Our participants arrive at 9 a.m. And so whenever they first arrive, you kind of get your groupings together. And then once you've got your group, you head back to the program room. We have two program rooms that are dedicated to our group at the Maplewood location. And so from there, we all actually have it with me, but we have these cards that have everyone's outcomes. And so they could be a weekly outcome, it could be a monthly, a yearly, a daily, whatever it might be. And so you can plan your day around those different outcomes. And you might have three people, or you might have one on one support. So depending on the group dynamics, it really depends how you plan your day. And then some days you might have something pre-scheduled for you, whether it be volunteering. We do a lot of volunteering at the Humane Society. We do volunteering at um, a new place for diapers for infants. So sometimes those volunteer sites are worked into your day, and then other days you have a completely free schedule and you get to figure out what you want to do. So there are a handful of community binders that we have set aside to give you some inspiration if you and your group are lacking some creativity of what you might want to get out and do that day. So that's really handy. We do have a handful of individuals. Um, Maybe their outcome is to go explore trails in the St. Louis area and document those. One of the people in the program, one of his recent goals was to create a scavenger hunt for the St. Louis Zoo. So we got to go around the zoo and take photos and then compile that into a scavenger hunt that him and his peers can later follow. So it really varies what someone's outcome is, and outcomes do change yearly. Um, and so actually right now is a really big popular time for a lot of the ISP meetings to kind of lapse and for their outcomes to change. And I'm also, like I said, I'm new, so I'm still learning a lot of this as time progresses.
Yeah.
But the thing I really do like about community engagement is that everything is different every day. You don't come in expecting to go to one specific place every day. And different groups work in different environments in different ways. So you might take a group to the park and maybe they just want to go walk around and look at flowers. And maybe you take another group and they are heavy on the swings and the slides. So even the same environment can be different between different groups.
Sounds like it's a job for a busy person. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you were willing to join us after only 6 months. That's really cool. I'm going to
Yeah.
go to our long-term service person, Michelle, because I know part of her job is also really focused on outcomes and goals, but in a little bit different way. Tell us a little bit about a typical day for you, Michelle.
So typical day for me is I work with usually 2 to 3 people a day, sometimes more depending on what I'm doing. But the ultimate goal is, it's employment. So we're wanting to help people to get training so that they're ready for a competitive job. We're wanting to make sure that, they've got both hard skills, soft skills. We do a lot of mock interviews. We do a lot of, just I'm, kind of shoving them into the deep end a little bit, go in and ask if they're hiring, just kind of getting them used to talking to people in the community. Um, a lot of it is applying for jobs, going on interviews, supporting them on interviews. I have a young man today who's trying to get his Class E license so he can get a job in landscaping. And this was our third trip to the testing office, and we're going to give it another go tomorrow. So, but you just kind of stick it through and you look for those goals. He needs to get one more question right, and then he's gonna got a landscaping company to go to. But it's a lot of it, it's different every day. You work with different people every day. What I love is I'm in and out of the schools all day because I work with the transition high school and
Mm.
vocational training students. So I'm working with, different teachers every day and just going different. So it's exciting because you get to interact with so many different people.
Ashley and Bethany, I'm going to turn to you guys and talk a little bit about residential now. I think your typical days are going to overlap, but maybe have some difference. So Ashley's unmuted. She gets to go first.
Well, my days vary a little bit because I do go from home to home, and it's really interesting because all the homes have such different routines every morning, every afternoon, after dinner, for bedtime, it's all different. But usually in the morning, we either get them up or some of them are already up without an alarm. They'll just be up and walking around. Some of them make their own breakfast. They have their own routines they like to go by. And if you're new, they'll let you know. They'll let you know, hey, this is what I like to do. Don't wake me up, or at nighttime, usually, like they have their own process of when they come home from program, they might want to take a nap, they might want to make a snack for themselves, and they kind of just go off and do their own things.
Thank you.
It just
And
varies.
Bethany, what would you say about that?
Yeah, I would agree with Ashley. Like, and normally I always come in the evenings typically, so I always normally start my day by picking somebody up from CE or from a job, like kind of like what the other ladies were saying. I pick them up from the place and bring them home, and normally it's like a routine, but obviously we can mix things up. Like I know on Fridays we like to try and go do something fun, whether it's like the Cardinal game, which we're going on the 20th, so I'm super excited, or like we'll go to like an arcade or something. But normally, from my residential point of view, it's we're trying to plan dinner. Well, sometimes the guys will come help cook dinner, but it is normally a routine that we like to follow, just because it makes it a little bit easier on everybody. Like we always have showers and we always do dinner, and then it's kind of fun to see a different perspective of it from like whereas like Red CE you might be like go going. It's kind of laid back because it is in their own home, so it's pretty cool.
It's fun to listen to you guys all talk about your work, and I can tell how each of you is really excited about kind of embracing what the people you're working with want, and helping them really be their best selves. It's also, I think, one of the reasons I love to do this direct support presentation is I think it's a hidden job, and people just don't know what it would be like. And a lot of times people say weird things to you like, oh, you must be so patient, or other things that make it feel like it requires this very special person to do the job. And I do think it does, but not in the same way. For me, it's more about the variety of tasks that you might be involved in. You guys need to know all this stuff about medical and residential, and how to make sure people are healthy and they have a good meal on the table. Claire, you've got to have so much creativity about how to spend the day and help people learn and teach them. And then Michelle, you've got all those relationships to navigate. So while you're all doing direct support, there's so many different skills that you have to learn to be successful.